Da 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 da. Ah, there we go. All's ready to go. Salutations, class, and welcome back. We'll be continuing our Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary campaign here, and I think we actually might be able to get through the last few levels if we go quickly and diligently enough tonight. Depends. That first level will probably take us a good 2 hours, and I've tried to brace myself for this, but it's definitely going to be troublesome. Error, welcome. Glad to see you here. Alright, so, where we last left off, we had just completed the library, which is where we had the highest concentration of Flood in the game. After the tutorial of basically 2 levels fighting only the Flood, now we'll have to simultaneously fight them along with the Covenant once more. We should get our first cutscene on our way back in.
Look out.
Or not. You absolute buffoon. Start from 2 betrayals. There we go. And we'll be none the worse for wear. So, we just completed the library, and after we had found the index, we teleported ourselves back to the control room here. Cortana is still in the computer, and she'll have some choice words for us.
Which means that any organism with sufficient mass and cognitive capability is a potential vector.
I imagine he was talking while we couldn't hear him.
No, nothing.
Splendid, shall we? Unfortunately, my usefulness to this particular endeavor has come to an end. Protocol does not allow units with my classification to perform a task as important as the reunification of the index with the core. That final step is reserved for you, Reclaimer.
I find a lot of plot threads in Halo are made just because 343 Guilty Spark follows his instructions to the letter. He could have started the Halo rings firing right now if he wanted to, but he's
That wasn't supposed to happen.
too bound by his orders.
Really?
Cortana,
I've spent the last 12 hours cooped up in here watching you toady about, helping that thing get set to slit our throats.
hold on now. He's a friend.
Oh, I didn't realize. He's your pal, is he? Your chum? Do you have any idea what that bastard almost made you do?
Yes. Activate Halo's defenses and destroy the Flood, which is why we brought the index to the control center.
You mean this?
A construct in the core? That is absolutely unacceptable.
Sod off!
What impertinence! I shall purge you at once.
You sure that's a good idea?
How dare you?
I never noticed.
Do what? I have the index.
Cortana
You
has
just
teeth.
Float and sputter.
Enough! The Flood is spreading. If we activate Halo's defenses, we can wipe them out.
You have no idea how this ring works, do you? Why the Forerunners built it? Halo doesn't kill Flood. It kills their food. Humans, Covenant, whatever. We're all equally edible. The only way to stop the Flood is to starve them to death. And that's exactly what Halo is designed to do. Wipe the galaxy clean of all sentient life. You don't believe me? Ask him.
Is it true?
More or less. Technically, this installation's pulse has a maximum effective radius of 25,000 light years. But once the others follow suit, this galaxy will be quite devoid of life. Or at least any life with sufficient biomass to sustain the Flood. But you already knew that. I mean, how couldn't you?
Left out that little detail, did he?
We have followed outbreak containment procedure to the letter. You were with me each step of the way as we managed this crisis.
Chief, I'm picking up movement.
He doesn't even know we're not
What you've already
Forerunner.
done.
We need to go right now.
Last time you asked me if it were my choice, would I do it? Having had considerable time to ponder your query, my answer has not changed. There is no choice. We must activate the ring.
Get us out of here.
If you are unwilling to help, I will simply find another. Still, I must have the index. Give your construct to me, or I will be forced to take her from you.
That's not going to happen.
So be it. Save his head. Dispose of the rest.
And we start here with none of our oh. Well, there's our first death already.
Look out.
Note, immediately don't walk backwards. There's no glass right there in front of the control center. There's an overarching set of dialogue if you listen to 343 Guilty Spark's words. In Halo 3, he drops the line, "You are Forerunner," when he's talking to Master Chief. And here, he has a number of things that he's talking about, which makes him sound like he's talking to an old friend. Or an enemy. Right there, he said, "Last time you asked me," even though this is the first time we've ever met him. So clearly, he recognizes the Master Chief and potentially the other
Can't let the
humans
monitor
as
activate Halo.
familiar
We have
to him.
Stop him. We have to destroy Halo. According to my analysis of the available data, I believe the best course of action is somewhat risky. An explosion of sufficient size will help destabilize the ring, and will cut through a number of primary systems. We need to trigger a detonation on a large scale, however. A starship's fusion reactors go critical.
Ah, and the shotgun. We don't have use for half of these all the way back here.
What's left of the Covenant battlenet and see if I can locate the Pillar of Autumn's crash site.
The Sentinels usually die way faster, so we're gonna try to see if we can eliminate the Covenant.
Use them to destroy Halo.
We want to make sure we keep our shields up as much as possible. After all, every little bit of health we lose is that much harder that it is to keep going. Although now that we've destroyed the Sentinels, we don't have any assistance in taking down the Covenant. So here is why this level gets so incredibly difficult. You're left fighting so many Covenant without weapons you're supposed to use to take them down with. The plasma pistol is great, but I only have about 2 charged shots left in it. We might have to back them up and lead them over here, where we at least have the bulletproof glass to protect us. As they slowly approach, we will be able to use the shotgun against them. Yeah, they do seem to be getting closer slowly. We have these little sections on the side that we can hide behind, but they don't provide us very much cover. Hopefully, we can at least let our shield recharge so we can get another couple good grenade tosses back there. Okay, that's one of the jackals down. That's 2 of them down, so now we only have to worry about the elites. One of which is armed with a needler, which is a little bit easier to dodge. As long as we can get him closer. Grenade stick didn't work. See if we can pepper him with a few shotgun pellets. There we go, 1 down. We only have 1 charged plasma shot left before we have to pick up another one. Which means we will have to get out of cover if this one misses. So, with a little bit of proper sneaking... Oh, well, he's already turned around. Irresponsibly. Perfect. Well, first try getting through all that mess. At least if you don't count the initial blunder we had. The shotgun is very useful against the Flood, but will not be useful against the Covenant for most of this level. They attack us from a much longer distance. Cue the music. We will use it here, though, because there are a few more close quarters fights we're getting through. Benevolently placed shields. Which, as you see, in spite of the triumphant music, don't do enough for us. So, back into hiding we go. This is where we're given very little room to move. Alright, you have to make it quick. Just toss every grenade out there and hope it works. Okay, never mind. We have yet another malevolently placed checkpoint. Let's see if we can run back real quick before we're noticed. There we go. We'll have to find a weapon other than the shotgun here. Onward we go. Needler's a bit wasteful versus Grunts, but it does have very high attack for no matter what we need to kill with it. It's also very effective against the elites. We can use the plasma pistol for all of our smaller enemies in front. Going to try to speak more from the front of my throat rather than the back, which you might be more familiar with. That is where I end up getting a lot more of the fry or raspiness to my voice the rest of the time. Though that Delta Room stream yesterday definitely did a number on me. So I will try to be quite a bit softer this time. Oh great. Wow, one explosion didn't do him in. And not enough room to hide. Alright, second verse same as the first. That is surprisingly effective at this distance. We might be able to use a plasma rifle on the other guys. This elite should have had one. There we go. A bit stronger. Take down the jackals, if we can. Although everyone's using too much cover at this distance, which is why our supply of limited ammo will be holding us quite a bit back. We should have plenty of grenades to spare. Hey, got one of them. Let's go grab a few more of those before we use up too much ammo. I'm going to try to see if we can take this level a bit more strategically, with a bit of cover not running out into the open, because this one is a very long and difficult level, sort of like its counterpart in Assault on the Control Room. And here we go again. Sure feels like the plasma rifle actually uses a lot more battery for every shot. You can see we're already almost out of ammo on that one. Such an excellent use of cover. It's also very hard to track their side strafing.
Haven't located the crash site yet. We need to buy some time in case the monitor or his sentinels find a way to activate
That was a big
final
shot.
weapon without the index. The machine
You know what? It does charge up.
mechanisms. They consist of 3 phase pulse generators that amplify Halo's signal and allow it to fire deep into space. The power levels are enormous. I can't even begin to calculate the pulse's range. So, if we damage or destroy these generators, the monitor will need to repair them before Halo can be used. That should buy us some time. I'm marking the location of the nearest
Again, left with low
nav
health
point.
and
We
low
need to move
shields.
in and neutralize the device.
So we will have to make a very slow approach forward. I think we can get by targeting all these smaller guys first. Usually if there are multiple elites concentrated in one area, it's a lot more difficult to take one of them out. Their AI actually makes them hide behind cover quite frequently, and so they will alternate. The elites are generally the biggest problem in this entire campaign because they essentially have recharging health due to their shields. And they can play very patiently, hiding behind cover. You'll see a lot of the smaller guys don't behave nearly as intelligently. Such as that guy running out in the open. Let's see if we got one of them. Doesn't look like it. Alright, that's one down. We will charge up our shot and try to see if we can find cover. This tactic becomes a lot less viable in future games, as holding up a charge shot actually slowly drains battery over time. Therefore, you're incentivized to use it a lot less. Should have been plenty more grunts around here for us to steal some weapons from. Although it looks like most of them were carrying needlers. Here we go. Here's one. Oh, that was the one we had before. 89. There, that will work. We have to slowly descend down this ziggurat and find ourselves a banshee. The trip down seems different than the way up. Then again, we didn't take the normal route going up either. Oh boy. We have very little shielding to spare, so anytime we actually get on low shields, we're almost dead. Ah, didn't get him. He still ran away quickly enough. Charge up another one. Ah, they still run way too quickly.
In these canyons are Halo's primary firing mechanisms. They consist of 3 phase pulse generators that amplify Halo's signal. And allow it
That
to fire
dialogue
deep into
suggests we're
space.
actually
The
back a
power
bit
levels are
further.
enormous. I can't even begin to calculate the pulse's range. So, if we damage or destroy these generators, the monitor will need to repair them.
Yep, we have to
before
fight
Halo can
these
be
guys
used.
again.
That should buy us some
This
time.
entire level is going to be a drag.
Marking the location of the nearest pulse generator with a nav point. We need to move in and neutralize the device.
Try to make sure we lose as little shielding as possible. Dodge every bullet we come across, or they'll just run straight up to us. How much health do you have? Took him forever to go down. Time for a change of strategy. Well, once we get these guys down, we can actually pick up a needler. The grunt over here did have one. Did he die? He did. There we go. So now we should be prepared. Go ahead and miss our shot there, but we will dump an entire clip onto this guy. And miss. So many things. You draw so many things today, your eyes hurt. Well, do take a break. Although, if your eyes are hurting, it might not be a good idea to be watching VTubers at this time.
Deep into space. The power levels are enormous. I I can't even begin to calculate the pulse's range. So, if we damage or destroy these generators, the monitor will need to repair them before Halo can be used. That should buy us some time.
I'll try to see if I can quickly get us through this point so we don't have to listen to Cortana every single time we die. That's 2 down. Although I do know there's actually a number of people who won't even watch VTubers so much as they listen to them.
Halo's primary firing mechanisms. They consist of 3 phase pulse generators that amplify Halo's signal and allow it to fire deep into space. The power levels are enormous. I can't even begin to calculate the pulse's range. So, if we damage or destroy these generators, the monitor will need to repair them before Halo can be used. That should buy us some time.
Come on, come on.
I'm marking the location of the nearest The machinery in these canyons.
They
are
laugh
Halo's
and gloat
primary
at us.
firing mechanisms. They consist of 3
I told you
phase
this
pulse
level would
generators that
suck.
amplify Halo's signal and allow it to fire deep into space. The power levels are enormous. I can't even begin to calculate the pulse's range.
Pretty much the entire level is
So,
like this as
if we
well.
damage or destroy these generators, the monitor will need to repair them before Halo can be used. That should buy us some time. I'm marking the location of the nearest pulse generator.
We're not
with
gonna
the
ever
nav
get
point.
close
We need
enough to
move
actually
in
make
and
use of that
neutralize the
shotgun,
device.
so what we're going to be looking for is trying to see if we can find a pistol. The Nev, this level always sucked. Yep. I wasn't looking forward to this one. This was the level that took me the longest when I made my last solo playthrough on Legendary. Well, we got a revenge on him at least.
Primary firing mechanisms. They consist of 3 phase pulse generators that amplify.
Alright, change of strategy. We'll see if we can get some of them out in the open with a needler. And see if we can expend our entire clip since we have a lot of ammo to spare back here.
So, if we damage or destroy these generators, the monitor will
4
need to
different guys
repair
with
them before
needlers.
Halo can be used.
So we have a
That
lot of
should
ammo
buy
to
us some
spare.
time. I'm marking the location of the nearest pulse generator with a nav point. We need to move in and neutralize the device.
Once we get the 2 elites down, we don't have to worry so much about the other enemies around here. See if we can get a red crosshair. There's one. We want to be able to hit them before their shields recharge, which is usually about the time it takes my shields to recharge. There's one guy down. Or so it sounds like. The needles super combine into an explosion when they actually attach to an enemy together. So whenever we hear that explosion, that means it has hit someone, because they aren't going to super combine if they hit into a wall, for example. Even if you don't watch right now, you still need to make your animations. Right now, you're just listening. Well, of course, do take good care of your eyes, though. If you do spend an entire day drawing, it's going to wear you down a lot. I'm perfectly fine being background noise. I've heard a lot of people say they admire me mostly for the voice. I've had, I think, 7, 8, maybe 9 different compliments on specifically the voice itself. So that's one thing I've been doing right. So they side strafe quickly enough that needles can't track them if they're running at their maximum speed. This is mostly just a trial and error sort of thing where you have to wait for them to stand still long enough for us to get enough needles stuck into them. And he's gone. Very well, that strategy seems to be most viable for us trying to take down the elites. We will grab ourselves another plasma pistol. stock ourselves up on the last of the ammo that we should need. And we are off. It's gonna be a while before we find that first health pack. Now that I think about it, I wonder if there's anything at the top of the staircase. This is a conspicuously placed room that doesn't really have anything. Remember them, one of them was error. Well, I appreciate it. It's one of the biggest things that has actually raised my self-confidence these past few months. I've had so many compliments time and again on... Ah! We do have supplies up here. Hold on. We don't have supplies up there the first time on the way in, but we do the second time on the way out. Can't knock down that glass. So, this will be a bit more of an effective weapon against all the elites. I love your animations and your drawings too, Error. Very fond of Toby Fox myself and his work. I aspire to be a solo dev myself one of these days. Toss a few grenades down there. Don't think we got anyone. Overheat, we got a grunt. One guy down. Oh, wow, he's still alive. That's not any of their death sounds. Luckily, there's a health pack up there as well. That sniper's going to do so much for us. Pick this up. The other elite is down. We could jump past all these guys, but then we will left with them shooting us in the back. We don't have nearly as much cover on the way down compared to when we're going up. Don't come any closer. At least with how difficult this campaign is, we're given lots of grenades to go through it with. Although Halo 2's is the single most brutal one out of all of them. The amount of trouble I'm having here on Legendary is the same amount of trouble I had with Halo 2 on Heroic solo. I've never beaten Halo 2 Legendary on campaign solo either. I might give that a try sometime in the future. Although for the initial Halo 2 campaign, I was wanting to do that co-op. One or three more bullets, make them count. The biggest of shots. Unless you count the tank. Or if a rocket counts as a shot. Hopefully we'll have another one that we can find sometime soon. If I remember, there should be a golden elite down here at the bottom somewhere. And speaking of rocket launchers...
Wait, we should commandeer one of those banshees. We'll need it to reach the pulse generator in time.
Most of the time you don't like your drawings, but you like how Noelle turned out today. I really like that drawing as well. I find a lot of your works to be very creative too. If you are interested in showing them off, you are welcome to place them in the Discord. So we have about 3 elites here, and that's what makes this part very difficult. We might have to use that sniper rifle for its last 3 bullets first. You'll see that these are Flood here, so that means that there were some human soldiers trying to fight and ended up losing very hard. Wrong one, but it still only takes one bullet to take down the blue guys. The golden one is the one we're worried about because he will have the most health and shields. Ooh, are we gonna get his shields down with that? No, he wasn't anywhere near it when it detonated. Only 2 shots in either of our weapons. Then we might have to make a very long backtrack going back up. Or see if we can cheekily steal one of the plasma pistols over on this side. Not that we want to be on this side. Hit the wall, of course. Take things slowly, we only have so many bullets to spare. Funny enough, we've actually made a perfect usage out of every single sniper shot we've fired so far. We just literally don't have enough of them for the amount of enemies that we're fighting. See if we can get some of these smaller guys from this distance. We're not going to worry about the elites at this distance because we're not going to be able to take down their shields. At least not before they find cover. Kayla, welcome. We are currently dealing with the single hardest level in the game. And we haven't even left the first cigarette yet. That guy we want to use a plasma pistol shot on. That is why we really need to make use of the cover here. Although that thing fires more by the time that we can see that it's missed, so we can't really step out on that side, can we? One elite down. There's still 2 more of them. Was that 5 total down here? Suppose it's late enough. Also, on Legendary, the yellow guys can survive one of those rockets. Missed again. Wait for those shields to recharge and try this one more time. Finally! Oh dear. I think Professor's figured out what he's doing. Not using a rocket on you. Sorry, you don't have that privilege. Working so hard to make an animation series, but your animation still needs a lot of work, but one day you will make it. Every little step you get towards it is an advancement of your goals. One comment I do have, and I don't know if I've said it to you yet, but from seeing your animations, even I know you have downplayed them a lot, but a specific compliment I can give is, even in spite of them being made mostly out of motion tweening, your characters do animate with a sort of weight to them. That is one of the most important things to actually get down to make your characters feel alive. Sort of why we have so much exaggeration or squash and stretch in a lot of the less grounded animations you might find.
Marks our target.
There's a source filmmaker animator I've been watching on YouTube recently who does that. Very exaggerated movements with the character models, which, in spite of Team Fortress 2's cartoony style, isn't actually found very much on their animations. If I remembered his name, I'd link him, but unfortunately I don't. So this is the only level in the game where you're supposed to use Banshees, although you do have the opportunity earlier on the first iteration of this level. Now we have to play through it backwards at nighttime. We will play it very safe from a long distance up here, bombing those guys before we get close. Still alive. And he's gone. I've tried many a time before to fit one of these in here, but I don't think you actually can. Yeah, its wings are too wide to even get through the doorframe. So, with 6 rockets, it should be an easy blast to get through here. I was trying to set up for some wordplay, but nothing immediately came to mind.
That's the pulse generator. The center core is the signal amplifier. That's what we need to shut down. We need to interrupt the pulse generator's energy stream. I've adjusted your shield system so that it will deliver an EMP burst to disrupt the generator, but you'll need to walk into the beam to trigger it. The EMP blast should neutralize the generator, but it will also drain your shields and leave you vulnerable until they recharge.
So, here we go. Gotta step in.
Objective accomplished. The pulse generator has overloaded. Scanning. The generator's central core is offline. Well done.
And here's the Sentinels. Luckily, they tend to move slowly enough that our rockets can hit them. Most of the time. Ah, it did finish reloading. Alright. See if we can run circles around in the other direction to dodge. After all, the more ammo we save, the better we are in the long run. And the Sentinels don't follow you very far, or obstruct your path.
The second pulse generator is located in the adjacent canyon. Move out and I'll mark the target with a nav point when we get closer.
So here we go through more of these little roundabout tunnels like before. This is also where you first start seeing people such as the grunts carrying field rod cannons on their own. It's a weapon you can't actually get access to in the campaign. You'll see those weapons explode straight out of their hands, although they are available in the multiplayer and in the PC version. The PC version's multiplayer. They were never available on the console version of the multiplayer. PC also had the first showing of the ever so memorable flamethrower. Did we ever get the flamethrower back past 3? I remember loving it in 3, but I don't think it ever showed up again. Don't remember it in 4 or Reach, or... It might have been in 5. If I remember, 5's multiplayer actually let you customize some of the weapons, so someone might have made a proxy for it. One of the reasons this level is so difficult is because you find so few of the human weapons, which would be the precision weapons you need to get headshots and such. Spec Ops grunts. Indeed, Nev. Leviathan, welcome. I figured you've been here since the start. I'm calling you out again. Not that you have any obligation to talk, that is. Oh dear. Hide, hide, hide. And try that again. Or not. Already our shields are down. Again. You actually were not. Well then. Thank you for your time, regardless. Oh boy, this is going to be difficult. The precision weapons are important because with a single bullet, you can basically take down any of the grunts or jackals. That's why the pistol was so powerful in Halo 1, because it was one of the few weapons that could score headshots. The other being the sniper rifle, which only has a few bullets to spare. You can pack it way more in the pistol, though. One down. We might actually just have to expend a rocket per elite that we have to fight. You don't need a rocket, you just need a few plasma bullets. And since we shot him, the grunt should be panicking. Meaning we can take care of the jackals and charge in while most of them are running around. Well, that was a Leroy Jenkins, but it actually worked out in our favor. Ah, dear. I didn't see you on the other side. Dodge that. I think even the red guys can survive a direct hit from a rocket. So long as they're at full shields. I'll just expend that on you. Excellent. He announced to his friends that he was about to die. Pick up some more needles. Plasma pistol will work for everything else. Yeah, clip that. I really need to start writing down certain spots for me to be going back for clips. I'm thinking, actually, as a celebration for 6 months coming up in mid-December, I might try to gather together a compilation of best Xander moments. If there are any that you remember, do try to tell me in the Discord. Ah, that's where we should have saved that last rocket. Hide. I really liked how they depicted a lot of the Forerunner structures as being sort of a strange metal or stone-like surface with all these lights. It really feels like a unique blend of advanced technology and alien architecture. They really nailed that aesthetic of having some sort of old, wise civilization that has crumbled to time. Let's see, any other plasma pistols for us? There we go. On to the next one. This is another one of my favorite tracks. And this is where we would have had use for a shotgun. We also do still get a few human weapons off of the flood enemies we find here. Better not get used to this. I played too much Halo Infinite where this was actually a very viable weapon. I was impressed. Thank you for holding still. In the close quarters here, though, we do have a good chance to use this. Which, as long as you're point blank, this thing actually works. Wait for the shields. What are you doing? Don't come any closer. You'll do the backgrounds later. Please. Please take a break, Error. Overworking yourself, even if you are inspired, is one way to burn out. I'm already regretting deciding to stream for 6 days this week. Yesterday, I did hurt my voice with the Deltarune stream, just a little bit. Next stream, although it is also Thanksgiving for Americans, I think I'll take it quite a bit lighter. Oh, that's a lot of them. I don't hear that scream very often. That's one of the few that plays when you stick an elite, which normally they will just sit there and growl at you instead. Get that log back there. Oh, hello. The assault rifle is only really effective on the grunts. I don't know why I picked it up. It's just more ammo for us to expend. Careful. Oh dear, cornered ourselves. Luckily, those guys don't do very much damage with their melee strikes. Hopefully, all the Covenant are— Is that a pistol I hear? Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. And there, 2 pistol bullets. Oh dear. Pop, 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 pop. Ugh. Little ugly popcorn babies. Someone's still here. Right? Do you know anything? Huh. Can't say I enjoy your music. Halo CE pistol is the greatest weapon ever. In the Halo franchise, definitely, though I am partial to some weapons in other franchises. But in terms of their power ability relative to their own games, the Halo 1 pistol is definitely legendary. There might even be a canonical basis for that. The pistol is loaded with— I think this is actually a 50 cal pistol. I did mention this when we were at the Silent Cartographer. I think if you look in the manual as well, it has explosive bullets. Also, for some reason, it has a scope on it. Which, I guess you just get zoom from aiming down the sights or something. If we see elites, yeah, I think we're gonna want a plasma pistol instead. Ah, I'll just chill here. You guys have fun. Take a drink. Something about the way you say ugly popcorn babies is so funny. Well, it's a very strange juxtaposition of words. It's a link to the helmet HUD. Interesting. Nev, are you also a secret expert on the Halo lore? Or was that just a very intelligent guess? Here is where the conjunction of both of our pistols will do a lot of work. Come on, hit the red guy. Uh-oh. So, basically in the campaign, just having one of each pistols is your strongest option. Not an expert, but definitely know a bit about the lore. Interesting! I'm fond of Halo lore myself, but I am by no means an expert in it. I have read a couple of the books. Wish we had more pistol ammo to spare. Seeing how strong the elites are in Legendary, I absolutely can't imagine how they were losing to the Flood. Plasma rifles also exceptional against the Flood. Give me that. There we go. Ugh. These are the elites that have been infected, which is why they have the uglier sort of shape to them. Also, something you find on their model, which I never really understood, is the fact that their heads are rotated backwards? Are they really in the way of something? You don't see that with the human or the brute types in the third game. I guess those heads really just did get out in the way of the chest cavity, so they had to, bend them backwards. Quiet. And I hear human weapons, so there's Flood in there. Yeah, those are Flood sounds. Got him. Shatters all the glass. Oh, hello. Oh no, they have shotguns. Well, they certainly found us. Let's try sneaking over to the right and seeing if we can get some of the shotgun guys first. Seems everyone is around on the other sides of the hallway. No. Ah, most of them still haven't detected us yet. Do we get a shotgun? I guess not. Come on. Thank you. The Flood are a lot easier to fight since you don't have to worry about shields, and you can usually pick up the human weapons, which are more effective against them, off of them. So they have a plentiful source to refill the ammo for the best weapons that you can use against them. They give you their own weakness. Of course, are there like 6 shotgun guys in there? Guess we do have to be a lot more quiet. Alright, enough charging in. Nope, you get away from me. No one said the average Flood was smart. Indeed. Although they are essentially a hive mind that absorbs knowledge, so at least going off of the rules of the Gravemind in Halo 2 and 3. Maybe not here in Halo 1 since they haven't built a Gravemind yet. But one of the reasons that the Gravemind has such a strange poetic manner of speaking in Halos 2 and 3 is because, in his own words, he's eaten enough poets that he really knows how to work his language. So the Gravemind himself, and technically, by extension, all the other Floods, should basically be super intelligent. Sorry guys, looks like you really need sleep. It was fun, but your head is full of errors right now. Have a nice day. You can do anything you want with Noel fan art. Have a nice rest, Error. Please do. I know you've done a lot of work today, so I would like for you to get your rest. Thank you so much for showing up. Now I think we're good. Oh. Now I think we're good. And full on ammo, too. I'll just wait for this little situation to resolve itself. Yep. Rocket Flood. Are we back at the beginning of that entire passage? Yes, yes we are. How many of those guys did we get for that one? Give me that. Ugh. I hate these things. Those little slimy bastards were actually what frightened me the most when I was little. Remarkable how much damage this does to these guys. It'll knock them down even at mid-range. Make good use of the shells that we have. And they will be on both sides of us. Careful. Shields recharge. Get our shot in here. Shouldn't be too difficult to run through all this again. Come on. Alright, back where we were before, it looks like. Let's run around and see if we can scavenge some more ammo for our best weapons. And this time notice that there's a rocket flood, and be our best about avoiding that, specifically. One of the most obnoxious things about the flood themselves is they don't have animation tells for when they're aiming at you. They will fire simultaneously while running at you in a dead sprint. 3 rockets, not enough. Although we will probably find some enemies on the other side of this corridor. Oh dear. Always exploding on your own terms, no matter how many rockets I shoot at you. One by one. Oh, yikes. More explodey boys. It still creeps me out. Makes my skin crawl. Ugh. Yuck. Let's see if we can speed this up by just running around most of them. What the heck was that? Ew. Yeah, I hate this level. And that didn't hit any of them. Wonder how many of them you could pop with a single bullet. Okay, little Xander was entirely justified in not playing through the Halo CE campaign. And now he's even more justified. At least they're easier to fight. I can't say they're more fun. I will admit, for all the shortcomings that we have in fighting the elites, the Covenant are definitely a much bigger challenge to actually face. The Banshees will be a problem here. And so will those guys if we let them. Astonishing how easily they pop. I wonder if that's just because of the ridiculous muscle mass of Master Chief himself, or if they are actually just that easy to destroy with a good solid punch. Now we have to run through Banshee Hell. Run while they are turned around. Hide while they're facing us again. And we see there's a rocket flood ahead of us. Get a shot in there, another shot in there. Turn around, move forward. They're turning back, hide. Although they will probably be shooting the flood first. That's right. Over there. We will not be worrying about that rocket launcher. Oh, well, if we have two of them, we might as well. Pay attention, and now we actually have to worry about the tiny guys since our shields are down. They will not immediately pop when they touch us. Yeah, enjoy dealing with the rest of them on the other side there. Yeah. Is this an intervention? No, I will not stop using grenades, thank you very much. I think that's the welcome wagon for all the other flag. I never understood what that structure in the middle was for, anyway. Perhaps it would have been better to see what that big explosion was, and how they all somehow arrived. Wonder if that is another thing for containing them. Possibly. Looks a lot like the structures in Halo 2 when you are on the first and second Arbiter levels. Six rockets, and 6 chances to kill an elite. Or... that'll work. And you see how very quickly your health wears down when those guys are shooting at you. Ugh, I hate them. We will keep the rockets for now. Probably find a health pack very soon. I can't remember where they're placed in this level. Well, gross. Thank you. No, thank you. I'll be out of here. Thank you very much. Take a sneak. I think we're mostly dealing with Flood in these hallways. We're not gonna have to run into Covenant for a while. I think the Covenant are usually reserved for the outdoor sections of this level. Which means we probably won't need to be carrying that rocket launcher. And we can save our pistol bullets for when we do end up encountering more of the Covenant. Okay, fine, I get it. You know what? I will. Huh. Seems none of them are carrying weapons. They're only just outright hitting us with melee attacks. Which means I should probably stop using the pistol. We want to save as many of those bullets as we can for when we have to fight the Covenant. Huh. You know, I don't remember this room the first time around. I don't know if I ever actually walked into this one. That's very different. Very interesting and signature design to that rocket launcher, too. I really like how they designed this one. Ah, there they are. Ah, quick before one of them gets it.
Let's take care of the next postal driver.
Catch a ride. You won't be seeing me again. I forgot how horrible these things were to maneuver in the first game. The good old spanker. Still don't know why they call it that, but I love it. Ooh, more spanking. And more pistol ammo, thank you very much. we are good to go once more. And there's the health packs. Always looking to be the obscure little corners of the map. So I don't think there's a Banshee here, is there? All the way out here? Probably not. We will have to head into the next canyon then. The Ghost was so much less maneuverable in Halo 1. Look at how horrible and slippery this turning is. Which means I'm not going to waste time using my pistol on those guys in the turrets. Or, that could happen. Missed him. Spank her up. Perfect. Grab a little bit of health, and we might just try to see if we can speed past them. Maybe not with all the turrets set up out there. But we will give it a try. What am I up against? This is possible. Going to be difficult, but it's very possible. I don't even know if we're supposed to be here. Well, it's the only way we can go. And they'd block it off if we weren't supposed to be in here. While we have cover, use that against these jackals. One down. We do have to be up in the next canyon regardless. Checkpoint done. Once you recognize all the animations they can play out, then you know exactly when it's easiest to headshot them. Now, how do I get this thing out? Easy. Ooh, more gear. The Warthog has a much higher top speed than the Ghost does. Funny enough, it actually has a higher top speed than the Mongoose in future games. Goes about, I think, 15 kph faster than the Mongoose does at max speed. Larger engine, I imagine. In contrast to the Ghost, the Warthog actually handles very excellently in Halo 1. Hey, you two. I don't have anything to converse about right now. There should be a Banshee somewhere in this canyon, if I remember. I think we're blocked off if we try to go back this way. Well, I found a Banshee, Cortana. There's some right here. Vehicles are indestructible when they're not being piloted, and let's go. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. So from here we'll have... Oh, wow. Is one of you following me? There's two of them. We might not survive this one either. Takes two to tango. Thank you for your dance. Got him. We will immediately head up there before we take any more fire. Alright, Let's put that rocket launcher to use, shall we? Or better yet, let's take this with a bit more patience. Come on, let me see that back. Give me a little catwalk strut. I don't think we have a way in from this side, so we will have to actually head around the plateau here in the center if we want to get rid of the elites that are over here. That is also not a good idea. I wonder... can we take this to a spot where we can safely destroy the banshees with it? Are they above us? No, it looks like they mostly hang out on that side. See if we can pepper enough of them with the bullets from here. And that hurts us. Remarkable. Hide, 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 dodge, hide. You lunatic. The Banshee pilots are crazy in this game. Oh, someone still got back in there. Nice and slow. I'm tired of you. Someone's still getting it in there. Every fighter jock has to be a bit crazy. Definitely if you're trying to end up in aviation. Okay, so the Wraith almost does have line of sight to us. Remember, the precision weapons are incredibly effective, and that is why the Halo pistol is that much stronger than every other weapon. Careful. That one's coming over here. Wish we used those grenades. Luckily, we weren't hurt by them. Got him. Now we have a much safer trek up to the Banshees here. Oh, right. I want to have that rocket launcher back since we're going to be up in a few more corridors. 5 more. Can we have any sort of a checkpoint? I really like the graphics on this area a lot more in the Anniversary Edition. For one, you can see the moon. And the fog is a much farther distance, too. I thought I destroyed everyone that was going to hop in that darn thing. One, two, three, four, and fire. 2, 3, 4. Fire. Miss. Get ourselves a little bit of distance. I thought there were 3 Banshee pilots in this area. There we go. See if we can score ourselves a checkpoint by going down the end of this tunnel. Usually checkpoints are located near loading zones. There we go. Checkpoint done.
Wait, we haven't destroyed the pulse generator yet. Find a Banshee and fly to the location marked by the nav point.
There's two of them up here. I wonder if there's supposed to be any purpose for the other one. Although I think the lights on this one are red. We're not allowed to get in there, are we? Huh. I don't think we ever have a chance to look in that one. Don't need to fight those guys either. Head back down where they can't shoot us. And here's the third Banshee. See if we can get down all of these shade turrets up here since they are a little obnoxious. We don't have to worry so much about the elite in the center. He's not going to fire enough to catch us. He actually is going to be able to shoot us. Noted. And there's still more to deal with. Got him. Or not. If the bullets didn't kill him, then Halo 1's ridiculous collision damage would have. Did we get everyone up here? I thought I still saw one more Jackal. He's not a problem. And now we can break in. Rocket and pistol, two most powerful weapons in the first game. Although you will admit I am partial to the flamethrower in multiplayer. That thing did way more damage than you'd expect fire to do to a Spartan. Rocket up. And get spanked. Oh, great. Alright, we're reloaded. 3 more rockets. And 1 less chief. Try that again. Reload, back up, a few more pistol shots, make sure no one with a shotgun gets anywhere close to us. I only brought them closer. Oh, there's my door. The shotgun will actually be a lot better against these guys. I might not need to worry about the rocket launcher then. So I thought one of them dropped. There we go. I wonder if these weapons are actually hard-coded to have better damage advantage. I know plasma deals better damage against shields, and bullets generally damage flesh better. But sometimes it really feels like the shotgun pellets actually have a damage bonus versus flood. Okay. Thank you for, that lovely symphony there. Although it sounded more like a bowel movement than anything. More ugly little popcorn babies. You know, back when I played CE a long time ago, I mean, I did say I didn't play through the campaign, but that wasn't true. I just played up to the first showing in the Flood and didn't play afterwards because Tiny Xander was very scared of them. I did play a lot of the first 4 levels, and I didn't have nearly as many of those weird collision bugs as you've seen on this campaign alone. Alright, try that again. You were surrounded the instant we stepped in there. Which means we probably should pick up that rocket launcher again. At least for this little part. Yeah, that part confused me too, Nev. I think that was the first instance we've seen of it happening in the case of... Why can't I pick this up? Did the cleaning gremlins essentially clear it out? That was the first instance I think I've seen a body part collide with the environment that much. Previously, it's only been a few dropped weapons. Amen. Alright, we are prepared this time. Be prepared.
Did it. The pulse generator overloaded. One more to go.
Now, I did see one of them with a rocket launcher the last time. Let's hope he doesn't show up. I'm gonna go get another glass of water. I'll be right back. Alright, try that again. We will carry the rocket launcher in there with us since we know that one of them in here has one. We can use the extra ammo. And I don't know which one of them it is. They just keep getting back up. Alright. Area's not clear yet. There's still a few more of them. Any of the big guys around? No, just the tiny little fellows. Ugh. Never makes me more comfortable. Let's just head for the door this time.
That did it. The pulse generator overloaded. One more to go.
And there were still like 6 more of them in there. We might just have to back up. Funny how they literally just suddenly spawn in the instant you overload that thing and have your shields down. Sadistically set up like that, of course. This game loves to make things very unfun for you. Come on. Ah, there we go. Ah, 2 of them. Everyone gather round. This mission is always so annoying. As I said, this is probably going to be the only level we get through in this stream because it's so long and so egregiously difficult. I very much would love to finish this one tonight, but I think I'd rather be doing the last 2 levels while I'm in a somewhat happier mood. This level will always sour anything that I have good going on.
That did it. The pulse generator overloaded. One more to go.
Oh, not that way. Let's see if we can find ourselves a higher vantage point. Surrounded immediately. And there's the rocket guy. Seems he keeps changing his positions every time. Yeah, its runtime even with only a single no deaths is over an hour. Huh. I always thought Assault on the Control Room was longest, but this one definitely feels longer. A lot more of a drag. Amen. There we go with the collision again. Alright. I think first thing we should do is stay in the middle, actually. Maybe somewhat towards this door so we have a way to get through cover on both sides. But we will need to take immediate action with that rocket launcher. Still need to shoot these guys. Alright, immediately run in one direction and start dropping rockets.
Generator overloaded. One more to go.
Let them gather. And see if we can just run around in circles this time. Shields recharge. That was the guy with the rocket launcher. And that was the guy with the melee attack. I think the shotgun with its staying power and the fact that we don't have to reload actually might do us even better. As long as we don't get rocketed first. Oh yeah, and as I mentioned, on our Halo Infinite stream on Monday, there it is. SPNKR, Spanker. Since Halo 1, that's what it's been called. I have no idea what that stands for. I'll wait for all you guys to gather together in the same spot where it's easier to shoot you at once. Activate shotgun it is. I think this time, actually, let's go ahead and throw some grenades at the front door where most of them are showing up.
The pulse generator overloaded. One more to go.
First phase solved, it seems. That was remarkably easier. Should have just a hallway full of corpses here. Much better. Let's see if we can pick up 2 more rockets. Just to make things a bit easier for us. Should be 1 more launcher somewhere. Ah, the cleaning gremlins. I think they've already been here. At least further towards the back of the room. Darn. Well, take it. 8 rockets is enough. Alright, I think that leaves us with only 1 more of these that we have to go through.
I located the Pillar of Autumn. She put down 1,200 kilometers upspin. Energy readings show her fusion reactors are still powered up. That tunnel leads to the next section of canyon. The final pulse generator we need to destroy is through there.
We'll need to be cautious with a couple more of our bombardments in here. I think the first time I went through this, it actually took me almost 3 hours. It was 2.5 to get through. I think that's it for most of the Covenant now. Oh, that guy has a rocket launcher. I recognize that rectangular silhouette anywhere. Which means more ammo for us. It's really fun running over them in a Warthog in the last level. How many rocket flood are in here? You know what? Heck with it. Actually, wait, I think we do need to pick up a Banshee for the next area anyway.
She put down 1,200
So I will
kilometers
still be
upspin.
piloting this thing down
Energy
there.
readings show her fusion reactors are still powered up. That tunnel leads to the next section of canyon. The final pulse generator we need to destroy is
You know what? Let's just see if we can glide along the top. We will suffer some damage. And that guy, there's every single one of those guys has a rocket launcher. And they're still chasing after us. Isn't this the same music track that they played the first time we were in here? And it's only in this passage. Oh, right. We can't Banshee our way through here. Wonder if we could have brought a Warthog down here. That Warthog from earlier. Ah, that explains a lot. Gross. Get away from me. And here's where I think a bunch of them start pouring out from either side. Yep. Yep. Shouldn't have run across. Alright, first off, take care of all of you. I don't think we can get back up if we jump onto those. I know it was either on the way in or the way back out. There was a health pack and a resupply off to the sides of these cliffs. See how many of them we can pick off from this distance. Gross. More rockets. More rockets. Wow, this level just isn't fair. Alright, much easier this time around. And we are out of pistol bullets. Which is unfortunate. And we are out of rockets. So we will have to backtrack and see if we can pick one up real quick. Or I guess a single guy with the assault rifle is not going to be a problem. Alright, bum rush the guy with an assault rifle it is. If I die here, it will be incredibly embarrassing. Oh, wait. Good. Health packs. We needed those for a long time. And actually, since we have a bit of a breather, I'm going to look over at these sides here and see if we can find anything. Because I think there was a skull or a terminal on the very far sides of one of these. Can't see anything on that side. It might have only been on assault in the control room. But always try to take a moment to explore the corners of the map. That's one of the things you learn in a lot of game design classes, is just, if you leave an empty room somewhere, give it a reward. Give some people an incentive to go find... Do you remember having a flashlight? Yeah, but it's not gonna help us too much here. We have enough lighting the rest of the time. Doesn't really get much brighter in here, considering it's not actually already that dark. The only other thing we'd have to worry about is maybe the render distance. It is a lot clearer in anniversary graphics, though. I know people bash the anniversary graphics, but I really think they work in a lot of the situations. In about half the levels, they do. Take a drink. Back in the saddle we go. That water tastes funny. Hold on. Or maybe it's because that glass previously contained orange juice. Which is another game I want to do for a collab sometime, 100% orange juice. For those of you unfamiliar with it, it's basically Mario Party, but for weebs. Final run. If only it was. Give them all a wide berth, because I don't think we even have a Banshee anywhere around there. Yes, Leviathan, orange juice. I'd very much love to play it one of these days. Can't go through here either. Haha, unless... Come on. There we go. Leviathan is interested in orange juice. I'd be very interested in a collab, but I'd say we have to have 4 people at a bare minimum. I am starting to reach out more to a lot of other streamers, so you might actually see collabs starting in December. Maybe not for the next... well, we have one more week of November, basically. And that one's going to be Thanksgiving, so don't expect any collaborations there. Wonder who else we could round up for that. I will be on the look. In fact, I might even post something on Twitter, but the algorithm usually buries me. Drat. And only one more rocket left. We might be cornered. We might be screwed. Ooh, one down. Hold on. I think we can make this work. Yep, I think we're cornered. We no longer have our... Oh, well. The Banshee showed up. Try this again. We might have to wander around to the other side, because the most important part is, in the words of the Big Chief himself, I need a weapon. Well, you guys have weapons. You also have Banshees. You know what? Fine, take me. Start that one over. Gonna have to go, but I hope the rest of the stream goes well. Kick some ass. I'll be done with this level pretty soon enough. I look forward to your stream in a moment too. Okay, real quick. I will never skip out on a chance to shill Best Boat. Always, 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 when I have a chance, I have to shill Leviathan. Leviathan is one of my best friends, and she's about to be starting her stream here soon, so... After we're done here, even though I necessarily can't facilitate a raid through YouTube, I would recommend checking out her channel. I will post this link again once we are done. Alright, Banshee's gonna come out of nowhere. Much love, Leviathan. Problem solved. Ah! I'll take that. And we still lose almost all of our health anyway. Remarkable, almost incomprehensible accuracy with that assault rifle at that range. You still gotta pick it up, it looks like, since we have no more rockets to spare. Amen. Alright, we only have to deal with these turrets, basically. See if we can come up behind for a sneaky grenade stick. Grenade sticks because they will likely topple the turrets, which means that no one can get back into them, since AI cannot flip over structures in Halo 1. If they do a complete roll somersault, though, like that turret did, then they can get right back in. That first one, though, is out of commission, though. This is a bad idea. Shield recharge, please, please. If only we dodged that one. Alright. Do this again and hopefully not get gunned down standing here in the middle of the open like an idiot. I hate this level. I hope I never have to play this level again. Shields down, reload, everything is ready to go, so we just wait for someone to show up here. One down. Two down. Alright, we are off to a much better start this time. Oh, and you beat it, you won't have to. That might not be true. I might have a reason to come back for this sometime again in the future. Say, if I ever am famous, I wouldn't mind playing through Halo again. Halo has always been one of my favorite franchises. And now we can actually use this for one of the turrets. Which did not tilt it over. Yeah, go ahead, keep the fight up. I want to see some grunts die. If it's just blood, which I think they actually won the fight this time. Without the Banshee support, that's what it is. The Banshee was killing most of the flood over there, which would have allowed the Covenant to win. And there's another guy with the rocket launcher. Make sure we get him down. Really? Three for one. 50% off deal. I already forgot the Spamton voice. Talking about big shots all the time. One more right up here. That's all we have to deal with after this. That's all. I think. I hope. God, I'm about to develop an abusive relationship with this level. Sort of gives a sense of victory once you can actually beat it. Same reason why it's so fun to play egregiously hard games. It does feel rewarding to finally get to it. Through to the end. We have enough rockets that I think we can make do with. And our other weapon was a full battery plasma rifle. Alright. Head into the next canyon and we will find a Banshee. Ah, and plenty of... Oh, and a sniper rifle. Excellent. Let me take this. Let me grab some of these. We are full on gear again. Wait for them to fight it out, see if we can get a good shot on the elites. And I'd like to sit. Ah, there we go. There's the pistol. Shields recharge. We are almost done here. Kind of funny that they take that entire animation to point at you. Irresponsibly. We do need one weapon to actually kill all the little fodder that we'll run into. And because that pistol has so much ammo, I think I'll keep it on me. Let's be honest, we can speed past these guys. Unless they all have rocket launchers. They do. This cliff is not going to stop me. And here we are once again in the very first canyon that we got into in this level the first time. Not anymore. Ah, good, we did have a perfectly timed checkpoint. Why do so many of you have rocket launchers? There's like 30 of them in this level. I think maybe that sniper rifle would have been a better idea. I'm heading back. We have the mobility for it. After all, if we only have to run this last part once. It's because everyone loves the spanker, indeed. Alright, see who we can pick off with a sniper rifle, and, if necessary, we might turn around and go pick up that pistol again. We're not gonna hit anything at this distance. What the hell? Okay. That one's gonna need a bit more of an explanation to me. Hold still. Oh, he's invisible. Oh. Well, he already did that for me. Scope in. What would duck this? Ah, damn it. Luckily, those guys basically have no shields. And that's all that we can do with that. We'll head back for a pistol real quick. You know, I never hated the Halo 1 Ghost until this playthrough. Only real advantage it has is the fact that it can go over ice just fine, where the Warthog has some issues. Almost done. Almost done. Everyone give me your power. I'm gonna need it. No way we're doing it from this distance. We do have a way around. Good. Get a little bit of cover. I wonder, can we just rocket those wraiths? Be careful. Because remember, the AI has aimbot. And they can still team kill, apparently. Guess we're cut off from that angle for now. We'll have to come back around over here and shoot this side. Okay, the tree has collision geometry. And the wraith has moved. So the rockets aren't going to be effective from back here. This is before they had their homing function, which became so much necessary in future games. That turret might also be worth getting rid of. Let's see, using our knowledge of physics, if we shoot the feet, might have the highest chance to actually bump it up. Drat. Quick, just run. Find our little bit of cover. Wait. And take it. Or not. I'm losing my patience for this. Luckily, we're almost done. From here, we can hit the wraiths a lot easier. Which they are currently our biggest problem. Or rockets, it looks like. Oh, it's the invisible guys. Sure, even while you're dead, you're still able to shoot me. Recharge? Get you out of there. You know, I think we could actually make a break for it. Oh. Hello. Well, when did you all get here? You missed. So we do know they eventually follow and try to flank us after enough time. 4 rockets out. 5 since we missed. One down. That one's still a bit too maneuverable. some of them don't appear to have noticed us yet, so... And immediately go up. If we travel perpendicular to their shooting, we have the highest chance to dodge them. Now it's a nice, cozy, easy flight back to the other end of the canyon. Drop a bomb just in case. Oh dear. Well, we're gonna need the other one. Fine, take a high flight up here. And we'll drop down on the other side. I actually don't think there's any secrets up here either. As funny as it is that you can revisit that first bridge. Yeah, nothing going on up here. Actually... there's that one done with. We can bombard quite a few of them from this altitude, which will make procuring the second one much easier. Any single one of those bullets could have destroyed us. One more shot. Plasma rifle is generally pretty useless, so I think the Banshee bomb will be the only weapon that we get to use. I never knew where that fuel rod gun was supposed to launch from. The plasma rifles are very clearly visible on the front, but do we ever get to see where the bullet comes from? The fuel rod gun comes from? That was how many elites we would have had to deal with. Good, we are making progress on them. Almost. Actually, I don't think we have to worry about the hunters either. They aren't going to be able to track us quickly enough. Hey Z, welcome. We are just on the tail end of the stream here. I was almost finally done with the single worst level in the game. Run away from the hunters and towards the elite, because we can actually get rid of with a couple of well-placed rockets. Go Wobadug yourself. Oh, I was carrying a pistol. And now I'm not. Oh. We could have died a long time ago and we would have had the Banshee back. Well then, in that case... Okay, there's one. You excited for the Guilty Gear stream tomorrow, Z? I'm looking forward to it. It's been the first time that we actually played Guilty Gear without the tournament in a while. I'm a bit less concerned with the Celestial Challenge, and it will be an open lobby. Should anyone actually want to fight, otherwise I'll probably be hitting ranked again. Actually, I know there is a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 tournament at the same time, so... Oh wait, no, it will be afterwards, I think. It might still be going on when the first tournament is cooling down. Almost there. I don't know why I tossed that grenade. That wasn't really serving any particular purpose there. Plasma pistol works wonders versus these guys. Always a one-hit kill. If it's the charge shot. Always dodging right out of the way. Okay, 2 for 1. That makes up for it. And they're shielded, huh? Do you know, any other, or do you pay attention to any other fighting game VTubers? Sarina Penguina, who I played Halo Infinite with on Monday night, she normally organizes tournaments. And she's hosting a Marvel vs. Capcom 2 tournament on Friday. Although that one starts a little bit earlier. Earlier than my stream. For the first time in a while, I have bumped a stream 2 hours ahead to my original streaming time for Guilty Gear. If you are interested, I can definitely drop another link. Wow, an entire clip. How much health do those guys have? Maybe the pistol isn't the fix everything button. Let's see if we can be sneaky.
Final target neutralized. Let's get out of here.
Perfect. The cutscene will ignore the presence of the
Let's find a
Sentinels.
ride and get to the captain.
No, that'll take too long.
You have a better idea?
There's a teleportation grid that runs throughout Halo. That's how the monitor moves about so quickly. I learned how to tap into the grid when I was in the control center. Unfortunately, each jump requires a rather consequential expenditure of energy.
Something tells me I'm not gonna like this.
But I'm pretty sure I can pull it from your suit without permanently damaging it. Needless to say, I think we should only try this once.
Do it.
Amen. Well, there we have it. An entire stream dedicated to the worst, the hardest, and the longest level in the game. The next two are actually much shorter. In fact, you could, if they didn't have different environments, you could essentially merge them into one. I don't know what we're doing for the Saturday stream. I've actually come across a group of other scientist VTubers, which will be streaming around the same time, so I might have a stream earlier or later on that day, or might skip it altogether. I'm thinking next week we can actually finish up Halo CE, but it's going to be a much lighter stream since I think I'll be taking Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday off. We'll see what's going on then. I look forward to everyone showing up for Guilty Gear tomorrow, which will be at the 8 p.m. CST slot instead of our usual 6 p.m. So it will be starting, well, that stream would actually be starting just around now, or what would be now normally. Tomorrow night is also Sarina's MVC2 tournament, if anyone would like to be interested in that. I think I'll go ahead and plug a little link here. Yeah, it's time to plug separate links. On top of the stream going on with MVC2, where's the Twitch link? There it is. That's not a Twitch link. link to the tweet for the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 tournament. I will not be participating unless I change my mind tonight. Who knows? Now that the stream's over, I might. Oh, 8 p.m. EST. Okay, so that will be starting a bit before our stream. Mine might be still going on when that one's over. Yeah, it's gonna mess with my Guilty Gear slot, and I've not played MVC2 in a long time, so I don't think I'm gonna be doing that. It will also probably be a remarkably short stream since I think that tourney only has a few entries. While we are plugging some channels, I will drop Leviathan here in the chat. She just started streaming a few minutes ago, and this is an absolute best friend of mine. If you are looking for some comfy VTuber vibes, go ahead there. I will be there immediately, so... Class is dismissed. I hope to see you all tomorrow. Thank you and good night. I really ought to mess with the rigging a bit. Yeah, I'm just looking off to the side right now, and it's... Guess the camera needs a little bit of work, huh? Doesn't it? I'll figure that out in time. Go watch Leviathan, she's incredibly comfy. Thanks for showing up. Z, Nev, Leviathan isn't here anymore. Kayla, Error, everyone.